All right, creatures of the night, let's talk about Survivor Series. First things first, we're going to talk about what happened last, which is CM Punk returning to WWE. This absolutely shocked me, like for real, for real. Just when it seemed like the main event is over, Randy Orton did come out, did his thing. There's, nothing else to see. Y'all don't have to go home, but y'all got to get the hell up out of here type of situation. Here comes CM Punk Cult of Personality theme playing, and after a few seconds or so of them teasing us, and I'm just like, okay, they're jerking us off, but not in a good way. Here comes CM Punk walking out, and I'm just shocked, absolutely shocked. I did a watch party last night. If you want to see my reaction, it was like around 3 hours and 35 minutes, something like that, when I reacted to CM Punk coming out. It was very surprising to me. Now, he comes out to Cult of Personality, which is one of my least favorite wrestling theme songs of all time. I really wish they would have had This Fire Burns. That's one of my faves, and I would have preferred to hear that over Cult of Personality, but whatever. CM Punk comes out, he's hugging up on the fans and everything, and I want to say that happened for like 2 minutes maybe, and then they cut to the highlights and show's over, and then went on to the press conference after that. And I'm just like, that felt really, really awkward how it ended abruptly and went straight to the highlights. Obviously, they do the highlight thing all the time. But it just felt like, so that's it. 2 minutes and boom, we don't see CM Punk anymore. And now that I have spent some time on Twitter, too much time on Twitter, looking at all these damn posts, I'm seeing these videos of Seth Rollins reacting to CM Punk coming out, like he's over here cursing and yelling, everybody holding him back. Man, if Michael Cole gotta hold you back, bro, like what the hell, And I'm looking at that, and people are saying, "Oh, it's a work." I don't know, like if y'all know history between Phil Brooks and Kobe Lopez, y'all know these dudes. Seth Rollins don't like him at all. And he's not shy about that. He's never been shy about talking about how much he do not like CM Punk at all. So that type of reaction, not surprised about. And it makes me feel like, who all knew that CM Punk was going to come to WWE in terms of staff? If I had a company and I know that I'm about to hire someone that a lot of people don't like, you better believe it. I'm going to talk to those people specifically and be like, hey, CM Punk coming on board. I need you to put your professionalism on at all times. And I just wonder, there's also a video of right after the War Games match, the main event, Drew McIntyre bolting it to the back like Speedy Gonzalez. And you're just like, okay, was that because you knew CM Punk was going to be here? Or is this something else? Is it because you're taking another L and you're upset about it and you took it to the back? I don't know what it was. So we can only speculate that it could either have been about him losing, or maybe he got hurt, or maybe the CM Punk thing. Who knows? So it just seems like a lot of people obviously are not happy about it. And I'll say this too. Even as an AEW fan, I've seen people from AEW fans, from their perspective, they're divided too. They don't want to see CM Punk over there, and some don't give a fuck where he goes or not, so everybody's feeling some type of way. I personally don't care where he's at. Wherever he's at, I'm going to be over there, so that means I'm going to have to sit through 3-hour live Raws. Oh my God, this is just, whatever. At the same time, though, I have to say, I do feel some type of way about them doing this right after the main event. Obviously, they're in Chicago, and it just seemed like y'all doing the same old shit that AEW does too, where it's like, we're in Chicago, we're gonna use CM Punk, and that's getting a little outplayed and predictable at this point. But I get it. That first time that CM Punk's gonna be there, they want to make sure that they get the crowd reaction that they want. And that's what AEW has done with CM Punk too. Like when CM Punk returned that second time, they made sure it was going to be in Chicago, because if it had been somewhere else, his ass would have gotten booed for sure. And you guys know the weeks following CM Punk's second return, he was getting booed. Then you got mixed reactions, and then I guess more cheers and boos after that. It took a while to warm up to the audience, but whatever. And I really felt bad because Randall has spent quite some time trying to get cleared to be back in the ring. He's finally able to come back in the ring. He does a phenomenal job in the ring during this main event. And immediately, that whole thing was overshadowed by CM Punk return. And part of me is like, damn, was that a good thing for them to have done it this way or not? I don't know. Personally, I feel like Randy probably didn't even get a chance to soak this all in by the time CM Punk came out. So for me, I have like a mixed feeling about, CM Punk coming right after that. But Randy Orton did a great job. And CM Punk coming out there was a business move. This was a move about money, obviously, a move about viewership, and also a move about, well, you were the biggest guy over there in that other company, and now we got you. That was a flex on AEW too. So Tony Khan, there's no reason why you should have even had any sleep by this point. You should be back to the drawing board with your people, trying to figure out how y'all gonna recover from this. And yeah, y'all got a really great roster. However, your roster, a majority of them, was not able to do what CM Punk was able to do for you guys while he was there. So AEW, y'all got to go back to trying to build some stars with the people you guys have. It's not the end of the world that CM Punk is over there for AEW. However, this is going to hurt them. And they probably don't see this now, but it's going to hurt them. And especially since we do have coming up, even in December, where we're going to see some dates where Collision will not be on Saturday. So they're going to have to go head to head with SmackDown again. And I think there's another time where they're coming back on Tuesday. So they're going to have to go against NXT again. And it's just like, damn, there's a lot of things going on. 2024, Tony Khan, you want a better year? Give me a call. But let's talk about Survivor Series and these results. First match of the night, we had the Women's War Games match, which I was really surprised to see them put this on first. But you know what? Let me not say that. Because they kind of typically do this where it's like, let's do the women's match and get it over with type of thing. But I'll say this. This was actually my favorite match of the night. I thought this was the most entertaining match. And that's what you want, is to entertain when you have these types of matches. And I really do enjoy the effort these ladies put in. Obviously, we do have Charlotte Flair, we have Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, and Shotzi on one team, and we had Damage Control on the other. My pick was for Damage Control to take the win. I felt like with all these girls working together that they really needed to make a statement. I feel like they made a statement in this match, but it would have been a bigger statement to see them take the win here. These girls really gave great performances. There were some spots here that I felt like when it comes to these type of matches, war game matches, cage matches, they do a lot of things that kind of feel like, damn, y'all probably didn't have to do all this, because now it becomes a safety concern. And when it comes to WWE, they're going to play it safe. They're going to have the tables. They're going to have the garbage cans. They're going to have the kendo sticks. What else? Like chairs. They're going to play it safe. Unlike Blood and Guts match in AEW, where it's the same concept, but they are willing to make weapons out of anything and everything. And sometimes it seems like safety and the regard of human life is not even a factor. So I like how safe it felt in WWE. And I love the structure of the cage around both of the rings and how they had that steel plate in between both of the rings, which is something that I've been saying that AEW needs to do that too, because we have had situations where people have gotten their leg caught up in these between the ropes. I mean, not between the rope, between the rings or between the cage and the ring. And that's what happened to Mike Santana, where he actually fucking broke his leg just coming up inside the ring. You know what? Let me not get into it. Really great match with the ladies. And I felt like they did things where it didn't look like, okay, we got 8 ladies in the match, it's gonna get messy. Things really felt organized with the girls. You can have a sense of they practiced this shit before they got out here to make sure this match was as clean as possible. Was it perfect? No, but it was clean, and that's what I liked. Everything makes sense. They told a story. We even got a chance to see Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch buddy to get this win. I'm just like, oh, because I actually predicted that there would be some type of friction between them in the match, and that actually didn't happen. I was wrong. I'm not psychic, you guys. But man, this was the best match in terms of being entertained, in terms of being a clean match where you can literally sit there and just feel like, all right, it didn't get messy, it didn't get confusing. And with them only having one camera inside the ring, everything looked great, and I really enjoy this. Damage Control did not take the win, which surprised me. However, they're all winners in my eye with this. We did have Dakota, who was outside the structure. However, she was getting her nose all up in this match too, helping out with bringing weapons into the ring. And that obviously doesn't help them take the win. But that was a nice little touch with having her out there and assisting at the same time. Great opener. Really great match with the ladies. So kudos to them for doing an amazing job. Up next, we had the Intercontinental title on the line, Gunther versus The Miz. The predictability killed it here for me. We already knew that Gunther was going to retain, but I felt like we needed to see a really great performance from The Miz. Now, when you think about the IC title, you also think about The Miz too, and his history with holding that title as well. However, things have progressed in WWE, and we get new champions, and we got a really amazing champion out of Gunther with this title. So now we got both of these guys in the ring, and I felt like we had a really great effort from The Miz. However, it was just like no matter what he did, Gunther was always going to come out on top regardless. I don't even think I felt even remotely close to Miz actually taking the win. So like I said, the predictability takes it away, but we did get a great performance out of these two guys. So while The Miz is looking like, you know, he really wants this title, he's also helping Gunther look great as well. And Gunther just has this thing about the way he looks, which is just like, this is a champion right here. You look at this guy and you just know he's somebody important. And I absolutely love that. And it was a great performance. Obviously, Gunther takes the win. I want to see The Miz in more serious situations like this. I know he does a lot of comedy shit. He's there to be, you know, the entertaining one. Has a lot of years under his belt. But to see him have that match with Gunther, it's like, wow, okay, you know, I remember this Miz years back, and he's always been the, you know, entertaining guy, but I feel like something about it kind of sparks something with The Miz last night. So let's see how things change with The Miz being in the ring moving forward after that match with Gunther. We also had Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar. While personally I would have loved to see Dragon Lee take the win, I did say that Santos winning would have been the best case scenario based off what has been happening with him obviously leaving the LWO and betraying them and being a full-on heel right now. He has to have this win, because what was the freaking point of you doing all this and you're losing, you know? And they made the right decision here and had Santos take the win. What I really enjoyed here was that these two chemistry was just spot on, and I really wasn't expecting that. I do love Dragon Lee in the ring. Even prior to joining WWE, I've always felt like he's really entertaining. But Santos, I was worried about two things. Him necessarily playing that heel character during this match, because it's not just you coming out there and fighting. Like, if you are a heel, you gotta show that you are a heel with your expressions throughout this match, and he nailed that. And also, I just felt like he him and Dragon Lee just had a really great chemistry that made this very interesting. So I'm going to say right after the women's match, this is another one that I enjoyed. Kind of took me a little bit by surprise based off what Santos was doing. And I always say, when in doubt, turn heel. That'll probably fix your career. Santos takes a win with a freaking Canadian Destroyer. How many times am I telling y'all? I don't want to see Canadian Destroyers as a finisher anymore. I absolutely don't even want to see it at all at this point. So that, I think, was what surprised me as well, the finisher. We could have had something a little bit more devastating, especially you being a heel now. Change your finisher to something to make a statement. A Canadian Destroyer tells me you couldn't think of anything better to do. Great match. Really, really enjoyed it. Can't wait to see what they do with Escobar moving forward. So now we have the Women's World title on the line. We had our girl Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark. Rhea, my God, the way she looks is just like, her presence is like, everybody look at me. And that's what you want with a champion. It's the same thing with Gunther too. The makeup was on point. She kind of looked like what is going on with Sky Blue and them in AEW. She was wearing some chaps and I thought it was really, really cute on her. Also, Rhea, wherever you shop, take me, because I like that shit too. Anyway, Zoe Stark, I kind of felt a little bit more impressed with her here in the match. Obviously, the title's on the line, and usually when they're in that type of situation where a title's on the line, you get to see a little bit more from them. However, there was some points in this match where she did lose her footing, and things were a little bit awkward, but I really do see the improvement and that she really looked like she wanted it out there. But at the end of the day, once again, the predictability kills it. You know that they're not going to take that title off of Rhea. And definitely, if they had a chance to take it off of her, it would not be to Zoe. Zoe needs to have some more experience in that ring before getting something like that. So great effort from Zoe. But Rhea, she's a freaking star. And she looks like it too. And no matter what was going on, my eyes is glued on her. And that's what you want with a champion. And whoever's going to be holding this title next, whether if it would have been Zoe or not, you want to get that same type of feel where it's like, whoever that champion is, you want to keep their eyes on them too. So in terms of who's going to hold that gold next, I'm not necessarily sure who would be next. But Zoe, it just wasn't going to be you. But great effort. Rhea, man, she is doing the damn thing. I love it. All right, you guys, main event time. We had the men's War Games match. So we had Judgment Day and Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, and Randall Orton. So yeah, Randy does come out. We knew that was going to happen. And throughout the night, they're still teasing if Randy was going to come or not. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why say he's definitely coming on Monday? And now all night, y'all making a big deal throughout the pay-per-view about, well, we're not sure. You know what I mean? Like it was a little bit weird. You know, I don't know. Whatever. Match starts. And I have to say, obviously, you start off with two people and then, every 3 minutes someone else come in. So it's a little bit of a slow ride at first. Same thing with the ladies matches too. Obviously, the more and more people who comes into the ring, the more interesting things get. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of this match kind of felt like the same kind of concepts they were going with in the women's matches. And I'm just like, okay, all right. Something about it kind of felt a little copycat in some places. However, I still enjoyed them. Obviously, we have issues with Drew McIntyre and our Senor Money in the Bank, Damian Priest. And I knew that was going to play out in the match, but I was kind of hoping that, let's be sisters and just be cool for the match at least. If we got that with Charlotte and Becky, we can get that with you guys too. But that wasn't the case. It's just that thing of Damian trying to be the leader of the group going on still. So like I said, I really do feel like Damian is going to be replaced real soon, but we'll see. I just did not enjoy it as much as the ladies match. However, I still had fun with this. When Randy came in there, I was absolutely surprised. Now, right before Randy came in there, tell me how Rhea gonna come out with that briefcase. And I'm like, sis, no, this ain't the time. Now, Randy comes out there, and when he comes out, he looks like a freaking action figure. He looks like a damn doll. This man, all the abs are in the right places. The pecs is sitting right. Everything is just absolutely beautiful on Randall. And I'm just like, okay, you really been taking care of yourself since you've been injured. And this whole time that he's been gone, he hasn't just been sitting there eating donuts and crying about it. He's like, I'm going to get ready to get back in that ring. And he looked absolutely beautiful. Like, everything was just right. When he gets in there, you get everything that you expect to get from Randy Orton, and it made the match so much more interesting, especially since we haven't seen him in quite some time. And you could just tell he's having fun, and you could tell his team is having fun when he gets in there too. And I'm just like, wow, this is really, really great. I enjoyed everything that they had going on here. Randy Orton, though, could have taken the win for his team. Now, I forgot who it was he hit the RKO on, but Cody Rhodes go for the pin? Why? Why are we doing this? Why are we not using Randy to get the pin after doing his own damn move? Kind of felt a little bit strange to me. There's obviously a reason why they chose for it to be Cody to do that, but really strange. You know, after that, they end up celebrating, and obviously you guys know what happens. CM Punk ends up coming out, and it really overshadowed what happened with Randy. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's what ended up happening. The pay-per-view was great. If anything, you got time, go ahead and check it out. I do think it was pretty great with all the matches. The women's match, like I said, the most entertaining out of all the matches, and I enjoyed it the most. You know, it is what it is. Like, sometimes I feel like I can do without some of these pay-per-views. Obviously, Survivor Series being one of their big ones, they should keep that, yeah. But some of these other pay-per-views just feel like they're just too freaking close together. And when y'all just kind of overdo it with the pay-per-view, some of these matches don't feel as special. Some of these stories don't get a chance to really marinate and be told in a way that it should be told, so that when the pay-per-views come about, everyone's hyped up for them. It just seems like, hey, you know, Peacock, I only got it for $2, so yeah, I'll watch the pay-per-view, you know? But it is what it is. Great stuff. Can't wait to see what happens with Randy Orton moving forward. Can't wait to see what happens with CM Punk. That's definitely going to be the interesting thing, because there's no way they're going to bring him and just kind of put him in the middle of the card somewhere. He got to be somewhere at the top. And if anything, before he could shift gears to having anything with Roman Reigns, and especially, you know, him also being a Paul Heyman guy, so that will definitely make things interesting. Maybe we can see something with CM Punk and Seth Rollins, you know, if they can, you know, keep it cool, why not? I would actually love to see that. But guys, thanks so much for watching my review. It was a great show. Go watch it.